Phil Atkinson snaps the visor closed on his crash helmet. All eyes to the lights. The revs rise. The red lights are on. And away we go then. It's a pretty equal start for everybody on the front row besides Travis Luca there. Look at
little Luca. I love the way Luca gets that bike off the line. The kid knows how to launch it. And as he weighs, well, basically less than a wet towel, off he goes into the lead. Come on, Luca, take it to the fight. So let's see if we can stop either Atkinson making it 4 perfect performances or indeed, of course, his grid mate there, Marley McKenzie. Of course, he's looking for a 4 from 4 as well. So we've got 2 potential 4 from 4s here. Or maybe the flying capybara can upset things as well as we go off with the MZs. And that is, right, it's Andy Wales in the new leathers. That's what we've got to get used to, mate.
Louis Kershaw is wearing Scott leathers.
Okay. Oh, yeah, like I can tell that from this distance. I can barely make out that Andy Wales is a red. Oh, look at this. Luca's leading into Agostini. I'm not sure if he's going to hold the lead coming out, but the little kid's going to definitely gonna gas the sucker. Oh, no, he's down to 4th. I thought he had a bit of a wobble going in there. Got a little bit outgunned, I think, but let's see if he can fight back. We come up towards Hamilton's for the Flying Ninjas down to Oggies, and is that Marley McKenzie out in front, mate?
No, I believe that could well be Cade Watt on bike number 2. At
great.
least it was momentarily. It could well be Marley McKenzie now. Yeah, stand corrected there. Marley McKenzie, bike number 45 with the blue bits on that bike, is leading the way as the MZs go in towards Agostini's for the first time of asking.
Watching those go round and trying to work out which one is leading. That's Andy Wales in second, isn't it? It's Ross Cross. I thought it was the blue bike with the familiar grey helmet. Another one of my customers down there at Sports Bike Shop in Harlow, but then he only lives in North Wheel, which is round the corner, so not too far. In fact, he's done some plumbing work for me at Sports Bike Shop as well.
Your customers, you're one of his.
Yeah, yes, exactly. Occasionally seen in the 95 matching helmet. You've got the shoes that go with it as well, or the Crocs that go with it. Loving me a bit of Lightning McQueen Crocs. I might have to get myself a pair of those, actually. I really like them. That'd be totally bad taste. They go down, and the little MZs almost do tuck behind the barrier too there. Right, looks like Wales is doing a slipstream move on Rogers at the end of the straight, but is it Chris who holds the lap record around here? I believe it is.
Chris Rogers from 8 years ago, a 2-minute 20.9.
Okay, well, we know it's not lap record territory at the moment for anybody as Phil Atkinson leads. Oh, wow, 3 abreast. Look at those guys go. Mackenzie, Wilkinson, and what is the order on the tail of the tape? But they are separated by... well, let's call it a 10th of a second, basically. Then it's McMullen, Sims, Rooker, Brown, Greasley, Darren Booser, Swarbrick, Kean Booser, Scott, Smith. So, yeah, because I guess the clue is, actually, I've never noticed it before, mate, but Darren Booster shows as a senior and Kean Booster shows as a junior, so we really should have worked that one out, shouldn't we? Oops,
that
fail. Yeah, the Flying Capybara is running 4th of the seniors behind Darren Booster there, but he was pretty much alongside him, so we've got to cheer on the Capybara, if only for Mr. Allen's sake, as the MZs come across the line. It is Wales from Roger, from Kershaw, from Woodall, from Mann, from Ryan, from Lamacraft. Then we've got Howlett, Ashmead, Lewis, Turner next up. The MZ rookie Adol Jan should be coming across on the Renter Racer there, and I think you said Tony Parker. Yep, there he goes. Tony Parker's out there as well. So full number 1 screen. We should have changed those screens, actually. You should have gone for the big print on this. It's hard to read in this light. We should have gone 20 and 20, really.
Should have, really.
I know. I appreciate, like so many things in our lives, it's 20/20 hindsight at the end of the day, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, the MZs are making the way out of Palmerston, heading towards Agostini's there, and I believe that could well still be. Is that Wales in front? That's certainly Louis Kershaw in second place, looking to take the fight to him as they go the inside in towards Agostini's. Now, I suppose the advantage of the paddock slowly emptying is that we can see Agostini's now.
Yeah, we get a little bit more, don't we? Yeah. Chris Rogers there, Louis Kershaw. Is that Pete Woodall on the outside as well, on the white leathers?
You know, I couldn't tell. They're almost 3 wide going into
Hamilton. Yeah, these guys totally trust each other.
They went 2 wide through Hamilton there, Keith, for 3rd place. That is Pete Woodall on the inside now, but being forced to slot back into 4th place. Well, the Ninjas making their way around Corrams and in towards Murray's, and it's not Phil Atkinson leading the way. It is Marley McKenzie from this distance.
Excellent. Come on, Marley. I don't want to say nothing against Phil Atkinson at all. I'd rather just be nice to see somebody else take a win. And I tell you what, if he keeps riding like this, oh no, I didn't think Phil Atkinson was anywhere close, but actually he was tucked right behind him. They come across the line, separated by 0.061 of a second. Luca Wilkinson, 0.8 of a second back, and then we've got Cade Watt, Fred McMullen, Ben Brown, Ollie Sims, who loses a place there. Fat Brown goes up 2. Rooker up next, and it's Greasley, Booser, Swarbrick still having that battle just outside the top 10 for the third place in the seniors. Kian Booser is next across the line. The youngster there not able to stay with his old man. Then we've got Scott Smith, and there should be Trevor Franklin up there somewhere, the oldest man in the field. Should be coming on the line.
Sorry.
Hey?
Nigel Franklin.
Nigel Franklin, sorry, what did I say? Trevor Franklin. No, Trevor Franklin's a journalist.
Okay.
There you go. No, Trevor Franklin's a journalist, or was a journalist at least.
There goes Nigel.
I've worked with Trevor. There goes Nigel indeed. Yep, no relation, I don't think. Here come the MZs. Righto. What do we got here? We have got... Right, that is out front, Mr. Kershaw, isn't it? Ahead of Wales, Rogers, Woodall, Mann, Champion and Ryan. So Louis Kershaw with the lucky charm on under his helmet there. Hopefully can they work again, because it certainly worked for him yesterday as Louis took his first ever win in the MZs and joined the elite group. I think I know what's coming up next then. And around they go to Wilson's once again. So I think we've got a good fight in the hands of Marley McKenzie and Phil Atkinson there, mate. It's really good. You've got to think that if Marley McKenzie can match Phil Atkinson, it's going to bring his racing on a lot, because obviously Phil is the lap record holder, and I think pretty much every circuit we go to in senior terms, isn't he? I think it's the odd one or two here and there, but I think we generally see the name of Phil Atkinson at the top, don't we?
Yeah, I think you're right there. I think could work with Cadwell that he may not have yet.
Yeah, exactly.
So off the top of my head, there's one or two that he may not have, but certainly holds the majority of them. Certainly. Yeah. As the MZs make their way around, Hamilton's then that left-hander. It looks like they're going to get caught up with some of the slower Ninja. I did see that they've already managed to dispose of one of them there. And these MZs, they say they may not be the quickest thing in a straight line there, but around the corners, they'll certainly hold their own against the majority, if not all machines. The MZs. Certainly not the heaviest of machines, perhaps could well be the lightest bikes that we have here. As coming across the line, whoa, what's this? What's happened here? Luca Wilkinson's leading the way. Where's Marley McKenzie? He's dropped down to 4th place.
Yeah,
I'm not sure what's happened on that lap, but it's Wilkinson, Brown, Atkinson, McKenzie, McMullen, Watt, Sims, Rooker, Greasley. But the top 8, Keith, are separated by 1.2 seconds.
And it's unbelievable stuff. And McKenzie there does a 2:19, which is not that slow a lap, given that the fastest one out of that bunch, I think, was a 2:17.6. That was Ben Brown there in 2nd place. But little Luca Wilkinson, 2:18.1 for him. Wow, talk about chopping and changing all over the place there. Atkinson down to 3rd, Watt down to 6th.
We've got a rider down up here at Wilson's. I'm not 100% sure if that could be one of our lead-in of the Ninjas, but we'll get an eye on that one as they come out of Agostino's. We'll try and keep an eye on it as they go around Agostino's, and more importantly when they do go into sector number 2, because their times will not be showing for the first sector, of course. But it is Luca Wilkinson from Phil Atkinson and Marley McKenzie. I can see Ollie Sims there as well, just ahead of Cade Watt, I believe. We're listening to the radio there to get confirmation as to what happened up there at Wilson's as the MZs come across the line, and it is Kershaw with a 1/10 of a second advantage over Andy Wales, Chris Rogers, Pete Woodall, Alex Mann, Gordon Ryan, and Lamacraft. That's Harry Lamacraft, the first of the MZ rookie riders, bike number 37, 7th of the MZs. Gemma Hannaford and Brooke Champion come across the line. There goes Gary Howlett and John Ashmead, bike number 9 and 32. Let's have a look then for these first sector times for the Team Green juniors and seniors. So they're going down the back straight now there. The slipstream is absolutely vital on these machines, and so turn away for a second, look back, and they're all into the second sector. We'll double check that one there.
Travis Rooker, unfortunately, it is who we've lost out of there. So he was right on the very sharp end. He came across the line in 7th place in Travis. He wasn't quite with the leading bunch, but he was right on the tail there. And he was only a 10th of a second behind Ollie Sims there. So I wonder if he made a move and it didn't quite work out for him. Looks like Mark Swarbrick passed Darren Booser on that lap. And now Kian Booser is behind his dad, but he's about 15, 16 seconds behind. But 3rd place in the seniors now goes to Swarbrick.
Last lap flag's going to be shown to these guys, and it is the leaders of the Team Green Juniors and Seniors. It's Phil Atkinson out in front ahead of Luca Wilkinson. Third place is now Ben Brown ahead of change of position for sixth place. That was what going up the inside of McMullen, I believe, but it's difficult to tell from this distance. But to put it into perspective there was half a second gap between Brown and Wilkinson, and then there was only half a second covering Brown down to Watt in seventh place.
Absolutely nothing between them at all. Swarbrick and Boost come across the line, separated by 0.052 of a second, so that's as neck and neck as it gets. Pretty much just half a wheel length separating those two. Looked like Atkinson did want to challenge young Luca down there. I think Luca did have a good run on him, and I do know that Phil does not push his luck around the juniors. Phil will know damn well that he's probably got the senior win in the back. Though, to be fair, Ben Brown actually is only half a second or so behind him, so for the first time all weekend we are seeing perhaps a bit of a threat to the senior victory here as well, Bradley.
Yeah, you're right there. So Ben Brown still in third place on the road there, second of the seniors. Just in front is Luca Wilkinson. If he can hold on to this position there, it will be the first time this weekend that Marley McKenzie hasn't taken the junior honours.
Well, we'll wait and see, and I'd be interested if Ben Brown can get past Atkinson, so that'll be 2 4 from 4 gets upset. Well, we are on the last lap now, and unfortunately they disappear out of our sight. We only really pick them up again once they come back towards Corums. Meantime, the MZs have come across the line, and this time it is Wales who leads Kershaw by quarter of a second ahead of Rogers, who's a second and a half back. He's got Woodall less than a second behind him, and then Alex Mann as well. But we do know with the MZs, it can all change very rapidly indeed. Travis Rooker drops down the field there, so anybody ahead of him will be looking to pick up a few more points than Travis this race, that's for sure. Going to have to wait and see how this one settles its way out. He's waiting for the gang of leaders coming in. Here they come. Who's that? Is that Atkinson out in front, mate?
I believe so.
Hard to tell at this difference.
Challenge for second place there around the outside. That could well be Marley McKenzie, in fact, around the outside of Luca Wilkinson there. But what Marley has to be careful of is, of course, Luca is. I'm not saying that Marley's the biggest person in the.
He ain't the smallest kid out there.
Probably the smallest.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, him and Ollie Sims got arm wrestle for us. The checker flag goes out. At least Phil Atkinson makes it forward. Well, Luca Wilkinson, he knows he's won the race. That's a very happy little Luca. So he joins the winners club here once again. Luca has tasted victory before in the Kawasaki Team Green Juniors, and he did it a couple of times in Wales, but I think that's the first time he's done it this weekend, so fair play to him. Phil Atkinson unsurprisingly joins the 4 from 4 club, so brilliant stuff, and of course takes the overall win. Marley McKenzie has to settle for second by a few tenths of a second, and Ben Brown has noticed that perhaps he's capable of maybe getting to grips with the flying Atkinson at some point, maybe certainly in a battle like that, but he does finish second of the seniors. Cade Watt is up next, and it's Ollie Sims. Cade collecting third of the juniors there. Fred McMullen fifth. Then we've got Mason Greasley, who is 8th overall, 6th. And then Darren Booster beats Mark Swarbrick by 0.023 of a second. So that's definitely side stuff there over the line, unfortunately, for the Flying Capybara. Scott is next up in 12th there behind Kian Booster. Then we just wait for Mark Smith to come home. 6 of the seniors in 13th place, unlucky for some. And then we're going to have the battle of the MZs. Oh no, there goes the battle. That's Louis Kershaw taking another win. It doesn't look like he's celebrating. Does he not know he's won the race? Louis Kershaw does indeed take the win ahead of Andy Wales by 0.1 of a second. So not only has he picked up his first win, he's also picked up his second win. All of a sudden he's showing himself as one of the MZ Elite. Brilliant stuff there. Third across the line, Chris Rogers, so he's got a medal to polish on the way back to North Weald. I hope Ashley and Francesca are listening at home. Hello girls if you are.